Hi, my name is Bryant Kong, and I'm the Director of Global Engagement at Wheaton College. We've been blessed. We've already had several GVCS alumni through the year. Right now, I think we have two Global Vision Christian School alumni at our Wheaton College. We are always been blessed with all the students who we meet out here. It's a long ride coming from Seoul to come out here, but I'm glad to always come out to this area just because it's so much more beautiful than Seoul. Seoul is just a big city. Here is just really, really nice. So thank you for making the time for me. What I will do today is share a little bit about Wheaton College. Last year, my colleague Ada came here, and she was able to share a little bit. Maybe you've met her. But I work as our Director of Global Engagement at Wheaton College, so it's a situation where I don't only meet students. I also work with our alumni. I do partnerships. I do fundraising for our Wheaton. So when we come out to Korea, we're really grateful to be able to meet students like yourself because we know God has a plan for you. We know that you guys have a great future ahead of all of you guys. And hopefully Wheaton might be a part of it. So just to share about Wheaton, out of America, there's about 4,000 universities. And so there's big public universities like UCLA, Ohio State. There's famous universities that are private, like Harvard, of course, Duke, others that I could say, but yeah, Tulane, Rice, whatever you want to call it. There's also community colleges. They're like two-year colleges that are meant for you just to go for a couple of years, and then you prepare to go to a big university after that. Then there's a unique group called liberal arts colleges. Liberal arts colleges are more smaller universities. And the purpose of the liberal arts college is to focus on really teaching and training you, meaning you do study in one major or two majors. A lot of students do double majors at Wheaton College, but the professors are there to really encourage you to grow. So it's not just about studying your majors, getting a degree, and get out. What we're trying to do is develop you as a person, critical thinking, how well you're able to talk and articulate your thoughts, and also as you become a better person, how do you live out your life after that? Wheaton is one of those. Wheaton's a Christian liberal arts college. In America, there's about 140 Christian colleges right now in America, which means staff and faculty are Christian heritage. Out of the 140, there are 5 what we call more like covenant colleges. Covenant colleges are very unique. That means all faculty, staff, and student have to be Christian. So a lot of Christian colleges, like maybe half Christian, half non-Christians. Wheaton, as a covenant college, every student has to be Christian. It is a place where, if you're looking for a place where you're passionate about your studies, whatever you want to study, whether it be, medical, medicine, whether it be philosophy, psychology, chemistry, whatever you want to do, business, and you're really passionate about your faith, then Wheaton might be a place for you. We are the #1 Christian college in America. We are the only Christian college that's ranked in the top 50 National Liberal Arts College. So we are the only one ranked that high. We're not just a local college, meaning that a lot of Christian colleges are local and only recruits people around the area. We're a global college. We have students from 70 different countries coming to Wheaton College in almost all 50 states. So if you like a place where you can really meet people from all over the world, engage with amazing professors, and really have a place where you can grow well, then Wheaton might be something you want to consider. If we go to, I should be doing this. Is that enough? Nope. Well, I'm hoping this works. Oh, does that mean the video doesn't work? Okay, we can skip the video. I might be able to show you the video afterwards. Let me maybe do the presentation first. But yeah, let me go to the next slide at this point. I have no idea where I'm pointing. Okay. If I just, you guys got it? No, it's not working? It's okay, we can come back to the video later. I could just keep going and then we'll show the video later, if that's okay. Not able. Yeah, I've had trouble with other places with the video too, so it's all right. So let me just go to the next slide. If I know where to point this. Oh, there it is. So like I mentioned, it's a Christian liberal arts education. The interesting thing, so I'm going to tell you guys a story. Forbes magazine recently did an article about your generation, Gen Z and Gen Alpha, like what's it going to be like after you guys graduate? What's the world going to be like? What's work going to be like? And the interesting thing they said about your generation is that you guys are going to most likely do 7 to 8 careers in your lifetimes. I'm not talking about jobs, I mean full-out careers, meaning you might start out as a lawyer, then you move out to become a consultant, then you might want to move and change and become a teacher, and then maybe an administrator, and then maybe quit that and go and work in nonprofit. The way AI and technology is changing the world, and the way your culture, your generation is, and how the world's shifting, you guys have to be much more what we call nimble, much more flexible than previous generation. Some of you might be doctors your whole life. So there are still professions and different kinds of jobs that are more like long-term, one thing to do type job. Lawyers, doctors, engineers. But engineers changing, but most of you will be doing multiple careers in your lifetime. Right now, I think the statistics is that over 50 to 60% of people do not do jobs in their major. So whatever you're studying might not be something where you actually do work in. So it's a situation where there's a lot of fluidity, there's a lot of changes. What kind of education is going to be good for you then, right? You study a major, it's going to be important. It's going to be your passion. But if it might not be your main career, what do you need to do to grow, to be able to be successful in the different changes of life? Well, that's what the liberal arts education is known for. Liberal arts education focuses on 3 key things: knowledge and wisdom, critical thinking, how do you think through things, and then articulation of thought. How do you actually talk about it? How do you express it? How do you own that? So this is why, and I'll give you an example. For myself, when I was at Wheaton College, I graduated, 27 years ago at this point from Wheaton College. I double majored in biblical theological studies, so Bible theology, and also business economics. My first job out of Wheaton, I got hired by the top global HR consulting firm in the world at that point. God bless, it was such a unique thing. They hired me, and after I did all the interviews, they're like, yeah, we're going to make you a tech consultant. I looked at them like, tech consultant? I've done no technology. I haven't taken any computer classes. I'm like, are you sure you guys got the right person or got the right situation? Maybe I should be something else? They're like, no. We saw you, and you did so well in the case studies. You were able to think through all the scenarios, show your results. We could train you. We need more tech consultants. We'll train you in tech consulting, and we'll get you ready to go. Well, great. That's what I did. For the first 3 years of my career in business consulting, I did tech consulting. I hated it. Absolutely hated it. It was not for me. I was able to do it. It was not that hard to learn and do it. But after 3 years, I asked them, please transfer me to business side. I just rather do business. So 3 years in Chicago, they transferred me to Los Angeles. And I was able to do business consulting after that, working with some of the top Fortune 500 companies. So all to say, the skill sets you learn at Wheaton or a liberal arts college gives you the flexibility. And that's what they gave me when I learned from Wheaton. I was able to flexibly change and maneuver my career. Not only once, twice, but 4 times right now. So I went from business consulting, from tech to business, to moving over to relief and development missions world for 10 years in Asia and Central America. And eventually now I've been doing international education for the last 15 years. A lot of it's due to my training at Wheaton College. It's not just my major, I'm doing things in my major, but it's because I'm able to figure out things. And that's what the liberal arts education helps you with. So what we try to say is we're preparing you not for a job, but we're preparing you for life. So about Wheaton, here's some thoughts. We are a comprehensive world-class liberal arts education. We do Christ at the core, meaning that everybody, whatever you study, we're integrating faith and learning, meaning if you're studying philosophy, if you're studying chemistry, studying medicine, we're going to integrate it from a Christ-like perspective. You might be already doing this here at Global Vision Christian School, but we'll be doing even more with all the experts that we have. So you really have a good perspective to see Christ-like faith through all the things you learn at Wheaton College. Top majors, business, economics. A lot of our students go to consulting like me, finance, or big companies. Education, those who want to be teachers. Applied health science, those who want to be like doctors, nurses, dentists, physical therapists, or whatnot. International relations politics, a lot of students at Wheaton go out and do advocacy. We work in government, we do nonprofit or NGO work. Other things, psychology, we're probably the top Christian psychology school. We not only have a bachelor's program, but a master's and a PhD program there. And of course, Bible theology. A lot of famous Bible scholars came from Wheaton College, and we have probably the most famous scholars working there at this time. Oh, sorry. 10-to-1 student-teacher ratio. So like I said, we're not a school like UCLA. I went to Davis for 1 year, UC Davis for 1 year. It's about 40,000 students. So this gives you a perspective of what a big public university is versus what Wheaton College is. So I remember I had to bike to my class at Davis. It took me a while, about 2 kilometers to bike to my class. When I got to class, I walked up the hall, walked into the class. And if you know anything about big public universities in America, like Ohio State, UCLA, UC Davis, and all that, they're big. So my first class was Chemistry 101. I walked in, oh my gosh, there's 700 students in my class. One class, 700 students. That's the kind of magnitude of classes you might get into when you go to a big public university. You're kind of you could get lost in the crowd. It's hard to really find, you're like in a big city. You're like living in Seoul, in a sense. You're like one of many, many people, so you're kind of like a number. You just try to get your classes, try to do well, get your degree, and get out. And that's what big public universities do. They're just trying to get you your degree and get you out. And they're great. They're great for research. They're great for STEM. So there's certain things that are really great about it. But if you're looking for a more close, intimate relationship with your professors that have a really personal time growth, liberal arts college is more focused on that. Like Wheaton's only 2,300 students. It's bigger than, of course, GVCS, but you would get to know a lot of the same people throughout your time at Wheaton. You'll know a lot of people on campus. It's not like it's so big that you get lost. 16% of our students are from overseas, 70 different countries. So it's common to have a lot of, especially Koreans. We have Korean and Chinese are our 2 largest international population. So we have a lot of Koreans there, but it's not all dominated by Koreans. So it's Koreans, Chinese, Brazilians, people from Africa, people from Europe. You can meet so many different people from around the world. Average scores, 3.75 GPA, SATs around 1,300, 1,450. It could be a little higher, could be a little lower, that's fine. But that's kind of like our average scores, that's what to expect. And all of our students live on campus. So instead of living on your own and figuring out your own apartment or figuring out your own house, we all have dormitories, houses, and apartments. So we have about 28 houses, several big apartment complexes, but most of you will start off in our dormitories. After a while, if you find maybe a second year, third year, if you have 7 friends who want to live together, we could give you a house. We won't do it the first year because first year students, you guys would destroy the house. It was just a bad thing. But after a while, when you guys mature a little bit, you got to get a house, you cook together, do life together, and still eat on campus and stuff at that time. So I talked about academics. We're great at academics. We're top ranked and all that. But the other side of life is, as you think about college, and this is one thing you guys should think about when you guys think about going to college, is what's community life like? What kind of friends am I going to get? What kind of environment's going to be to have fun, to do things and whatnot? Well, Wheaton is really great for this. And you'll see this in our rankings later on. I'll show that. But we get a lot of, if you want to grow in your Christian faith, a lot of great chapel speakers from all around the world come speak at Wheaton College. If you want to do any kind of discipleship group, family group, men's group, women's group, worship group, whatever kind of ministry type group to grow, have that. If you want to do things like study abroad, go study overseas, 40-something% of our students do this. They take a semester to go to France or go to Brazil or go to even Korea. We have a study in Korea program. You guys wouldn't come here, that wouldn't make sense. But you have chances to study around the world. In addition to academic coaches who help you through your majors and kind of help you plan classes, we have even career coaches. So we'll make you do psychology tests to figure out what job fits you. You might not think, I'm just going to work at a big company. Well, sometimes big companies might not fit you well. So what kind of job works well with you? We'll help you with interviews. We'll help you with internships and finding jobs and all that stuff. So we're there for you. We have a lot of support for our students. We expect a lot out of you, but we're going to support you as much as we can. One cool thing about Wheaton, like Korea, the weather's cold in the wintertime. Our winters are long in Chicago and Wheaton. So what happens is that there's a lot of bonding time that happens at Wheaton. So a lot of us get friends for life. In fact, before, I would say 50% of Wheaton students marry Wheaton students. So there's a big Wheaton population. Now it's a lot less, especially with the Asian group, it's definitely a lot less. But at least friends for life. Even for myself, 2 of my best friends are from Wheaton. 25 years, we've been to each other's weddings, we know each other's kids. One lives in Vancouver, Canada, one in Los Angeles. I live in Chicago, but we're still best friends. We still text almost at least once a week with each other and just kind of catch up and stay in touch. So those are some good things. Other things, clubs and groups of things you do. You could do intramural sports, basketball, volleyball, whatever sports, badminton, chess club, anime club, gaming club, whatever club you want to get into, that we have it. Korean fellowships, Asian fellowships, if you want to do worship stuff, mission stuff, ministry things, evangelism. If we don't have it, you could start your own. And that's kind of a cool thing. So, you could do whatever you want and it'll be there for you. And also, lastly, we're near Chicago. We're only about 40 minutes away from Chicago. There's a kind of like a train subway that's right in front of Wheaton that you could take it right into the city. It's about 40 kilometers away. Chicago was voted the best big city in America 9 years in a row by Condé Nast Travel magazine. So it's a fun place. Amazing restaurants, cultures, museums, cool neighborhoods. Just really chic city. Don't go to the south side of the city. South side is very dangerous. Your parents would not want you to be out there. But anything north and up is really beautiful. I mean, you might have seen some beautiful scenes if you watch movies about Chicago. So Chicago's a great place, really close by. Wheaton itself is a very wealthy suburb of Chicago. So Wheaton itself has a cool downtown, great restaurants and whatnot. But sometimes for students who want to go into the big city a lot, it's easy to jump in if you need to. All right, I'm actually going to skip those guys real quick. But here's some of our unique things about us that really stands out. We are one of the colleges that changed lives. And this is a very unique thing. So there's a special organization that rates colleges, and they're rating colleges about who graduates students that are not just looking for a career and getting good grades and getting a job, but who are graduating students who are making a difference in this world. Colleges that are really training people who have a vision for life and be world shapers, world makers. What colleges are doing that? Well, Wheaton's been on that list for a long, long time. So a lot of our students who come to Wheaton usually has a vision, and a passion for the Lord to want to make a difference in this world. This is why Wheaton is the #1 Christian college. We are training leaders. We're not training just people who just want to hopefully get a degree and make money. I mean, yeah, anybody can make money, but are we making a difference in this world? Are we becoming what God wants us to be to really effectively change the world for Him? And that's what Wheaton's been designated, one of the 40 schools in the U.S. 99% of our students land. What that means is that when you graduate, within 6 months, you'll get to where you need to be, whether it be a full-time job that leads to career advancement, whether it be a graduate school that you want to go to, whether it be ministry that you're doing, like missions or whatnot, or whether it be in the military. So 99%, pretty much every year is 98, 99, sometimes 97, our students get to where they need to be after they graduate. So it's something you don't have to worry too much about. Yeah, I don't know what happens to that 1 or 2% that don't. That's something that we never get statistics on, but usually most of our students get to where they need to be. Students for a short time, Weeds for life. So the Wheaton network is actually global. So if you meet Wheaton people around the world, they're more likely to want to talk to you, engage with you, help you out. So on my trip, I've already been meeting about 3 or 4 different alumni, and we just are collaborating on different things, on different projects and whatnot. So it's opportunity to really have a big family of Wheaties all around the world. I have no doubt that GVCS has the same thing. Your alumni, whenever you say, I went to GVCS, you guys were like, oh my gosh, what happened? What was your life like when you went there? Same with Wheaton. It's the same situation. We're financial value for godly trust. What that means is that we do our best to try to give as much scholarships and financial aid as we can. We are ranked number 25, I think, and you'll see that in the next slide. Number 25, best value, liberal arts college. We try to give, for Americans and internationals, the scholarships and grants are about the same thing. The only difference is that Americans get our U.S. government grants and loans that international students can't, but any scholarships or grant from Wheaton, it's equal to our international. We don't treat you guys any differently. A lot of universities in America don't give as much to international. We try to do our best to be as equal as we can with that. So these are the rankings. #1 Christian college. Number 15, happiest students. Yay, our students are not miserable. just studying. They actually enjoy life. Quality of life is number 4. So that means they are having good balanced lives, whether it be just studying, hanging out with friends, doing activities, pursuing passions and clubs and whatnot. That's a great thing for Wheaton College. Some of the companies that our students work at, they work at many different companies, but some of the big ones, IBM, Amazon, LinkedIn, some of the things you guys have heard of, these are big name companies. And as I mentioned about college that changed lives, we're number 12 in the nation at best school for making an impact in the world. So as you can tell, that's a big theme for Wheaton. We're not just graduating you to get a job. We really want you to be out there, whether it be immediately or down the road. God's going to use you for something, and we want you to capture that vision. Having a bigger vision, bigger dream in life than just making money. We really want you guys to see God in that way. World Shapers, yeah. There's an article specific about Wheaton College, how we're world shaping, our students are world shapers. These are some of the universities our students go to for graduate school. Some great universities there. Not mentioned there, I noticed, is Duke is also should be up there, as well as Oxford. That's recently. So students get to great schools after Wheaton College. We're like number 12th in the nation also for graduate students who go to PhD programs. So a lot of our students are really into doing more academics and become doctorates afterwards. All right, so now I did all the big Wheaton stuff. Now it's the more the details of how to apply. I know that as you guys, if you guys are your final year, your senior year, you're graduating, what do you need to apply? Well, you can apply 2 ways. You can apply on our website or use the Common App. So those are the most common ways to apply. Because you guys are doing a full English program, we won't need English proficiency. We don't need a TOEFL test from you unless you've been getting C's in your English class. So if we look at your transcript, you're getting C's, we'll be like, yeah, we might need you to take a test. Just because the reason, just to be honest, it's not easy sometimes at Wheaton. Like even as American, when we go to Wheaton, we're like, oh my gosh, the amount of papers we have to write, the amount of times we have to talk, you have to be pretty confident or pretty comfortable in your English. So if you've been getting C's, that means that you aren't as strong in your English, we might need you to do it. But if you're getting B's and A's, no worries. You don't even have to worry about the English proficiency. You do have to do an international financial verification form. This is not for us, this is for the US government. This is kind of see, do you guys have enough money? But this is including your scholarships and your family support. Combined together, do you have enough money to come study in America to get the visa? So this is the cost, $66,000 a year, a lot of money. Shockingly, we're actually middle or low middle for how much it costs to go to school in America. We're actually not as expensive as a lot of our schools. Now there are schools that are $100,000 to go to Wheaton to study at, not Wheaton, but other schools. They're really expensive to study at this time in America. But as you can see, we try to give a lot of scholarship, anywhere from $8,000 to $25,000 in academic scholarships. So how well your scores are here, and we do SAT scholarships, smaller, $1,500, $3,500. And then we have international grant, which is like free money. So when you do the international financial verification form, you tell us how much maybe your family's making, how much savings you guys have. Then we try to give as much as we can to kind of meet any gap. If there's like a gap there, how much we can give. We can give up to $10,000. We probably can't finish all your gaps, but we could try to give as much as we can at that point. So that's a lot about Wheaton. Any Americans here? Sometimes I bump into Americans who are in international schools. No? Okay, I'll skip this. Because this is the military scholarship. This one's amazing. If you're an American and you get the scholarship, it's pretty much a full ride. And you get paid $420 a month by the US government to study for 4 years. So you get paid to go to school. But afterwards, you have to go to the military. Either active for 4 years or 8 years in reserve. But the benefits are unreal. So it's actually a really awesome scholarship. Yeah, when I was at ICS Pyeongtaek, there's a lot of US students even at that school, so that was helpful for them. So what's next? If you haven't applied yet, please do. If you're ready to apply. If you're in your final year, wheaton.edu to apply or go to the Common App. ADUN, she came here last year. She's the one who's going to help you with the application process, so she'll work with you guys on the next steps. I don't know if you guys have phones, or I know a lot of schools don't allow it anymore, but if you guys want it, I can give you more information when I have a lot of flyers and stuff like that. You guys talk to me after this. We could do more of that. But finally, for those who are not in your final year, if you're in your 10th grade or 11th grade year, and you want to get a taste of Wheaton, we do have a summer program. You can come for 2 weeks. We have students from all around the world coming to this. You take a class, a university class, you get credits that you can use at Wheaton when you graduate, or any other university. You can transfer to any other university. but you get to live on campus, meet students, meet professors. We'll take you to Chicago. You get to maybe go to a ball game or museums and whatnot. You get to have a chance to experience what college life is like. This is to give you an understanding of what you will be transitioning to and to see if Wheaton might be a place you might want to consider. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. I have some flyers for that too, and we could talk more and I could explain more about the different classes we offer. But that's it. I think that's my email address, which, I shouldn't have put blue on blue there, huh? Yeah, that was not a smart move. That's my email address, bryant.kong@wheaton.edu. Mr. Moon has my email address as well. Ada Yuen, her email address is there. But yeah, we would love to talk to you. If you are interested in a place where truly, if you want to live a life that is an adventure with God, and you really are passionate about growing, or passionate about your studies, think about Wheaton. We would love to have you. That's the difference, I would say, between Wheaton and many other Christian colleges, is that a lot of Christian colleges are great. We have a lot of great sister schools, Biola, Taylor, Calvin, all these great Christian colleges around the U.S. But for us, we are instilling the idea that, hey, God has a huge plan for you. It's not just to live life, do whatever you want to do, but God has a big plan for you. And we want to help you find that calling and find a way to help you live up to that calling in your life. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you for this time. I can open it up to questions if you guys want to have any questions at this time. All right. Any questions? Don't be shy. Food. Let me throw out a couple things. Cold, yes. It's like Korea. Very cold in the wintertime. Food. We're ranked number 17th in the nation for food. Food's pretty good. We have even like oi kimchi sometimes, and it's not that good though. So if you are hoping for good kimchi, you're not looking at the right place. But at least we try. So that's a good thing. So a lot of good food. The food's actually, we have 4 different stations, like Latino food sometimes, American food, these gluten-free, allergy-free food, a lot of salad bars, sandwich bar, and Asian food. The Asian food, don't expect like true Asian food. It's kind of a mixed Asian American style. So even all of us Asian, we're like, okay, it's good enough, right? Near Wheaton, the cool thing is that the city next to Wheaton, there's a big Korean supermarket called H-Mart, which is similar to like Home Mart or E-Mart and stuff like that. So you can find all the things you need to find there. They even have a BBQ chicken, gongcha, and a couple other things right there, a patty baguette right in that store. So it's only 10 minutes away from Wheaton. So Korean churches are all around too, so there's a bunch of that. The great thing about Korean churches near Wheaton is this. If you go to a Korean church there, they're going to feed you. So that's what a lot of our Korean students do. Even the Chinese students, they go to the Korean church because they get to get a Korean meal every week for lunch, for Sunday and stuff like that. So you get a little bit of your fixing and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. But I would love to hear any questions if you guys have at this time.